It's NaNoWriMo time again, folks. I can't believe it's November again. I feel like it was just yesterday when I was filming my last video talking about my NaNoWriMo plans, but here we are again, and I'm actually working on the same project. So this is gonna be a quick video just running down what I'm doing for NaNoWriMo 2022, and I wanna know, are you participating? Let me know in the comments. I'm actually pretty motivated this year. Usually when I join NaNoWriMo, it's like sometimes like last minute, I'm not like prepared for it, but I've been thinking about doing NaNoWriMo since like September. And while obviously my Preptober has been a bit chaotic because I'm not very much of an outliner, I was still preparing for it throughout October, like both mentally and doing a lot of drafting. And yesterday I did a ton of Preptober work that led me into accidentally coming up with the sequel for Seventh Virtue. So my goals this NaNoWriMo are to finish my novel, Seventh Virtue, or at least, get closer to finishing my novel. So Seventh Virtue is an adult contemporary fantasy novel that I started in May of 2021. And I've been drafting it on and off and a lot more consistently actually starting this year. I was working on it alongside a different novel, so it has taken me a while to get to the mark where I'm at right now, but right now it is my current main project. So I'm at around 100,000 words in the manuscript. It's actually like 105,000 words. It's a really long book. I thought I had a lot more to go, but I realized yesterday that I was wrong, and I'm actually really close to book 2. So my other goal this NaNoWriMo is to write every day. I am a student. I'm in my final year of my BA in creative writing, and I'm tired. I also am somebody who always puts academic goals above everything. I don't really want to do that this time around. And NaNoWriMo for me, and if you're a student as well, you might know NaNoWriMo kind of falls around the point of the school year that is like the busiest. Major projects, so usually you need to be working on them in November. But this year I am really motivated to actually work on a non-academic goal. Like NaNoWriMo is just as important to me, I think, this year as like my academics and stuff. So I'm excited about being able to put my writing first and to develop a writing routine. So I obviously, because I'm a student, have been very, 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 very busy. So I find it difficult to write during the school year. This time around, that is a little different. My classes are a little different. My setup's a little bit different. So I know that I have a little bit more time than I have ever had before. I've written way more than I've ever had before in previous school years. So my goal this year is to write for an hour every single morning from about 10:30 to 11:30, because that's realistic for me. I do have morning classes on some dates, but on the dates where I don't have morning classes is when I will be writing in the morning. And then the other days, I'll probably write when I get home. But otherwise, the goal is just to write the typical 16, 67 words a day and see if I can make it. An hour of work for me will usually lead to that amount of writing. I average around 800 words a writing sprint, and my writing sprints are around 20 minutes each. So in an hour, I can write about 2,400, 2,500 words, which is way above what I need. So let's talk about my project. I've already talked about this project a lot on this channel, but if you're just new to my channel and seeing this video, I've been working on this book for so long, and it's fun because I am not originally a fantasy writer. I've never been a fantasy reader. I've rarely watched fantasy movies, but since getting into this book, I have become enthralled within this genre that I feel like I overlooked for too long. Seventh Virtue is the love of my life. It also happens to be a spin-off of a series that I have been writing for a really long time. If you're not new to this channel, you know all about Fostered, but if you are new to this channel, Fostered is the name of a series that I have been writing since I was 13. I'm 21 now, and the main series has 6 books. Then we have a duology, which is a spin-off, which is literary fiction, and those are Mothwork and Feeding Habits. And now we have another spin-off, which is now the contemporary fantasy version of Mothwork and Feeding Habits, pretty much. That's going to be the Seventh Virtue series. I don't know how many books it's going to be. It's probably going to be a lot because I've been enjoying it. So here's a really quick summary of Seventh Virtue. But if you would like to learn more, I do have an entire video on how I accidentally wrote a 10-book series where I talk more in detail about the project. After being tormented by nightmares of his ex-boyfriend Lonan, Harrison seeks a magical intervention from old friend Reeve. When she reveals she and Lonan are members of the Seventh Roost, one of 7 magical families that coincide with the 7 virtues and 7 capital sins, she also unveils another secret. Lonan is part virtue, the immortal bird that represents each house, and her family is holding him captive in hopes of extrapolating his power. Harrison must choose to continue life as he knows it or rekindle relationships he thought he'd left behind to save someone he once loved. This book is getting really dramatic right now, so NaNoWriMo is going to be all about like the extremely high tension scenes. For context, in October, I wrote 20,000 words of Seventh Virtue. So that's just like 30,000 more for NaNoWriMo. So we'll see. That would land the book at around, 155,000 words. I also have other things that I need to write for school that would still count as writing. I am not going to count those toward my NaNoWriMo goals, but if I end up changing my mind, I will tell you in a writing vlog. But those are my plans. What are you planning on doing for NaNoWriMo? Really, for me, it's just all about this book right now. I have made playlists if you'd like to listen to my chaotic music taste. I have made playlists for the two main characters, Harrison and Reeve, and I've also made a besties playlist because they're best friends, or at least trying to regain their best friendship again in Seventh Virtue. You can also check out my NaNoWriMo profile, which I will also link if you want to be my buddy. I also have a couple of videos coming out on NaNoWriMo's channel, so keep your eyes peeled out on there. I'll post them on my community tab, but I'm so excited. I first did NaNoWriMo in 2015, and I haven't done it consistently ever since then, but I had done it because I found it when I needed to look into events to do like public speaking for my grade 8 class, and you won't believe it, I actually found the audio of me practicing to give that speech in front of like a crowd of 13-year-olds. Like that was the year I basically started writing, talking about NaNoWriMo, and it was really cute. So I will put in some of it at the end of this video if you want to hear me be really adorable little 13-year-old Rachel. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know your plans in the comments. If you're not participating in NaNoWriMo this year, what are you doing? I'd love to know. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.
So today I decided to do my presentation on an event that just happened, National Novel Writing Month. And I wanted to do National Novel Writing Month because it showcases what I love to do, writing. National Novel Writing Month, or shortened down to NaNoWriMo, is a yearly event that challenges aspiring and often already successful writers to try to write 50,000 words in just 30 days, or in other words, a novel in a month. NaNoWriMo takes place in the month of November, a highly anticipated as well as relentless month for people of any age. Around the world, thousands of people participate in this event. The challenge of NaNoWriMo is to try to write 50,000 words in 30 days. This is broken down to 1,667 words written daily. Easy, right? So for the history, NaNoWriMo started in 1999 with only 21 participants. This year, there were over 300,000 participants. There are many fan-creative spin-offs of NaNoWriMo, JanoWriMo being the most current, January Novel Writing Month. So we as Rimo sit down at a computer more than once during the year, torturing ourselves, coffee or tea in hand, typing away fiercely at our keyboards, whipping down words until our wrists begin to ache and our heads begin to pound. And what do us really, really determined Rimos do? We'll continue on is probably what you're thinking. I'm here to tell you that you're wrong. No, actually, we'll go underneath our covers and cry, blaming the world for everything wrong that's gone on in our lives. Many famous traditionally published books have already come out because of NaNoWriMo, so these were authors just like the ones today who just sat at the computer and never thought they could actually do this, and here they are with bestsellers. NaNoWriMo is an event that brings writers together